Good morning, friends. Happy July 1st, you guys. New month, fresh intention, even though it is not a Monday. That's cool. Every single day is the perfect opportunity to begin again. So I am a firm believer in what you go to bed thinking about is going to be the first thing you think about in the morning. And that's why I think having a morning routine is really, really important. And also, maybe you make this a challenge with yourself this month as you're falling asleep, think about something you're grateful for or something that went well, because if you're going to bed and you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling frustrated or like, I went to bed real crabby last night and I woke up today real crabby. So what you go to bed thinking about is what you will wake up feeling the next morning. We all have emotions. There's plenty of things that are completely out of our control, my friends, but we can control the things that we're going to focus on, and we get to control our perspectives around it. So that's just my truth talk this morning. I was a total Krabby Patty last night. I totally lost my temper, and I woke up today just feeling like super irritable. So we're going to do an energy practice, and I just went over and looked at Brianna's page, which is My Joyful Horizon. She's got so much content over there. If you ever feel like you need something extra, you can go scope her page. We also have under the units section in this group, she has some videos she walks us through too. And if you're new and you're like, what are you talking about? Well, Brianna is our resident energy practitioner. She is certified. She is amazing. And I am a huge believer in energy work. And just, like we're all power plants. We all have energy. And so it's one thing that we can controlling our controllables, right? It's working on our energy practice, getting grounded, touching a tree, focusing on our gratitude. You can't change the whole world, right? But you can change how you decide to show up today and how you will react to today. So we're all imperfect humans, just trying to do the best we can do, right? So we're gonna do an energy practice, and then I wrote down a few little things we're gonna do to calm down anger and overwhelm. So if you are like me today, well, let's just take control of that. Let's get our day back on track. And you never just have to, the day started crappy, so it's all ruined. It can be if you want it to be. Personally, I don't want to live my life that way. It hurts my body, like physically. Like my neck is like talking because I went to bed mad and woke up mad. And I don't want to live that life. Life is short. Today is a gift. It's my perspectives. It's a gift, right? So here we go. We're going to do an energy practice. You can follow along if you are new. Let's just do it, okay? Here we go. So we always start the same way. We start with the 4 taps or the 4 thumps. You tap underneath your eyes. There's no right or wrong way to do any of this, okay? It's really intuitive. And if you're like, well, I don't know what that means, I don't know what it's supposed to feel like, stop worrying about it. Just go through the motions, trust yourself, and see what happens. Right? So, happy July 1st, friends. I can't believe that we are more than halfway through this year. What? Crazy. Okay, right here, center of our chest. Okay, so scarecrow. You're gonna do scarecrow arms, right? And then I'm sore. You're gonna take where do your thumbs hit? Underneath your armpits. That's kind of your spleen point. You can kind of gently feel around. Might be sore, might not be. No right or wrong way. This is you. It's all right. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of massage a little bit. And then I like to go a little bit lower to the base of my ribs. And I like to give that just a little bit of love. I'm not digging, I'm not excavating for some jewels or something, okay? I'm just gently massaging that point. It's all good. In the hood. All right, here we go. We're gonna squeeze our shoulder. Give yourself a little pat on the back. You're doing a good job, self. Even if you did lose your stuff and maybe you weren't the best version of yourself, it's okay. Give yourself grace. Okay, so we're gonna slowly come across our chest, off of our hip. You're gonna come down the outside of your leg. You can stand, I'm just sitting, and then off of your pinky toe, okay? Other side. Couple squeezes. Remind yourself, you can do today, okay? All right, nice and slow across our chest, off of your hip, outside your leg, and off of that pinky toe. Okay, we're gonna do it another time, a little faster. Do it nice and slow the first time just to kind of tell your body where you want that energy to go. I think energy work's so cool. All right, I'm gonna stand up now because it feels weird sitting. Okay, so if you're standing, this is how it goes, okay? Pulling across your body. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna pull back here behind where like my kidneys are. Give myself a little extra support. Off of my hip, off of my, hi fart. Fart showed up. It's a brand new month, so that means I'm going to drop a whole bunch of content in here for you guys today. We've got podcast calendar, a family fun calendar. Keep your eye peeled for all that. I will pin it at the top of the page. Okay, so we are now marching in place. You can make this small if you want, or you can make it real big. YOLO. And if you're like, this feels really weird, you can always start here, okay? You're just marching, and then you start to cross over. But it's really important to get our energy crossing across our body. That's why we do all this stuff. You don't want to just be up and down or just up here and just down there. We want to cross it all over, okay? All right, so now we're going to stand. Okay, I'm going to cross my legs, and then I'm going to pretzel my arms. Take a couple breaths. Wow, it's already 80 degrees here. Here we go. We're going to cross our other leg in front of our other arm. I always have to think about this. Which arm did I do? I don't know. For those of you in Arizona, you're like, that's child's play. But it's kind of hot for this part of Montana. All right. Good morning. Do you want to do an energy practice? No. Might do you good. Okay, we're gonna do a crown pull, which is real important. I don't know about you, but I need this. So, first of all, I'm gonna cover my face. Just cover your face, okay? Take a couple breaths. I want you to set an intention for yourself. Maybe it's an affirmation, maybe it's a pep talk. Maybe it's just a, I forgive you. I forgive you for being not the nicest person today, self. I promise to be kind. Okay, crown pull. Here we go. And it's just like, it's like you're cracking an egg on your head or you're pulling your skull apart. This is a great thing to do at night when you can't sleep. I should have done this last night before I went to bed to get all my rage thoughts out. Oh, I love this one. Feels so good. Okay, so we are crown pulling. Now we are going to triple warmer. Triple warmer is fight or flight. It is that like feeling when you're scared or worried. I don't know about you, but that's something that I dealt with my entire childhood and most of adulthood. And hasn't been until I started a daily energy routine and working with Brianna on the regular that my fight or flight reaction in my body has become so much more manageable. So this is an easy way for you to calm that down if you're panicked or worried or overwhelmed or just scared. Okay? Hands over your eyes. Take a breath. We're going to go ahead and pull like you're going to tuck your hair behind your ears, down your neck. You're going to cross at your collarbone, over your arms, and you're going to flick it off. Okay? Let's do it again. So you're going to cover your eyes. You're gonna come behind your ears. You don't have to cover your eyes. You can just start here, behind your ears if you want. I like that, okay? Behind your ears, down the sides of your neck, over your collarbone. Flick it off. One more time, a little bit faster. Okay, this is also great for a triple warmer. This is like, 3 or 4 different meridians. So you could do this while you're talking to someone. If you're having a heated discussion, okay? You can do this. I do this when I'm even driving sometimes if I'm feeling spooked or weird. All right. What else do we need to do? Do some lymphatic massage, shall we? Okay, here we go. So it's like you're playing the piano on your arms. You're just, you know, not trying to bruise yourself, but you're just giving yourself a little energetic pep talk. Okay, we're gonna come into our armpits. Here we go. We're up here in this collarbone area. Tops of your breasts. Gonna come down the center of your chest. Okay, we're gonna go under where your bra is. So important to move this lymph around your breasts, you guys. So important, especially if you're still wearing an underwear bra. Okay, so now we're gonna do underneath our rib cage. Okay, we're gonna go back to that spleen point. So just kind of like in line with your armpits, okay? Or you can go where your nipples are, they used to be, underneath your ribs and there, whatever feels better, okay? Outside of your belly button. Here we go. Top of your bikini line. Sides of your bikini line. Outside and inside of your legs. Okay, we're gonna hang. Just hang. It feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you can put your hands on your shins to kind of support yourself. You can think about extending from your crown, from the top of your head to your root, which is your sacrum. Just imagine you're in a straight line. You can hang. Okay, we're gonna kind of sweep our arms back and forth like you're making the number 8, okay? So we're making the number 8, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna come up making the number 8. Make an 8 on the sides of me. It's a Celtic weave. And I'm gonna make it 8 behind me. It's kind of like a bubble before we're even ready for a bubble. Okay, so we did all the things. Now we're gonna do a hookup. This is how you always start your energy practice with those 4 thumps, okay? Eyes, collarbone, center of your chest, and then your spleen points. And then you always end it doing this, which is finger in your belly button. This is called the hookup. Finger in between your eyes, or you can put your hand in that indentation at the base of your skull. And you just kind of gently push in and then pull up. And you're just connecting your energy. And you can hold it until you have a release, like a sigh or a yawn, or it just feels like you're done. Okay, there's no right or wrong way. You don't need to feel something. If you do, great. If you don't, whatever. It's okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna zip up our energy. So important, right? We don't need to take on other people's stuff. I like to zip up the back of my energy too. It always makes me think of that thing as a kid, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, zip it. I'm just zipping in my own energy. I don't need to take on anyone else's. Not today, not today. Okay, so rubbing my hands together, I'm gonna shake them off. Rubbing them again, hand on my chest, and I'm just gonna gently push out. It's not a huge push, it's just a little tiny push. This is me creating my own personal space bubble. You're literally building a bubble as you go out today. You've done the work, working on yourself, caring for yourself, and here we go. See, now I'm gonna build my bubble again. So I don't have to take in other people's stuff, and they don't have to take in my stuff, which is important as well, okay? So that is the basic daily energy routine. And then, like I said, I went and looked at Brianna's videos she shared, and I wrote down a few notes about calming down. There's a lot of things we could do, but we're just gonna do these few little things today, okay? Because we don't have 500 hours. Not that it takes that long, but you know what I mean. All right, so number 1, okay, We are gonna find the spot. I'm gonna pretzel. Hey, you didn't know you were coming for a show, did ya? Should put out my tip jar. In between big toe and second toe. So big toe, second toe, and you're just gonna kind of feel about 2 fingers, well, yeah, about 2 fingers in, okay? You're gonna feel until it feels sore. I feel soreness, yes, I do. And then you're gonna take the other hand and you're gonna find the outside. I'm gonna put my hand on the outside of my calf. So I could find a specific spot, but I didn't write very clear notes to myself. And since a lot of you are new to energy work, we're just gonna set the intention and just put your whole hand here above your ankle, okay? So I am pressing. If you can't figure out what I'm talking about, you could just put your hand over the whole top of your foot, but more than likely, if you find your big toe and your middle toe and you just kind of move your finger up, you will find a really sore spot. And we're just gonna hold it for a little bit. We're gonna hold it until it feels right. So mine is aching. Sometimes I'll feel a throb. Sometimes there will be a pulse. Sometimes there will be nothing, okay? It's all right. Sometimes I'll sigh. There we go. Just like with our workouts, you always want to balance it out, right? You don't just work one side of your body. We're gonna go ahead and switch sides, okay? So same thing on the other side. Find that spot in between your big toe and your second toe. Just move it around until you find like a sore spot. And then I'm gonna put my hand over here on my ankle, like right above my ankle. Maybe up a little higher, like right in there. That feels right. Good morning. Okay, and then the next move we're gonna do, you're going to take, same spot, we're gonna go back to the original leg, okay? So, in between your baby toe, your pinky toe, and the second toe, you're going to find, we're gonna follow it up to the indentation, like right below your ankle. Find that little indentation. Yeah, so I'm just tracing the line between my pinky toe and that toe, that second toe. Does that make sense? Up to where there's like an indentation. I'm gonna hold that, which is real sore. And then I'm going to, just above my ankle, whole hand, I'm just gonna put my whole hand around my ankle. So the first one we did works your liver. I don't know, I didn't write down what this one is for. But again, it just kind of calms down that like irritated, anger, pressed upon feeling. Okay, we're gonna go to the other side, same thing. So in between your pinky and your second toe, just kind of follow up till you find that like indentation, and then we're just gonna hold. Oh, I needed that. Okay, so now we're gonna do, she said to make Spock hands. Okay, don't throw out, this isn't gang signs, guys. Okay, don't be crazy. So when I watched Brianna's video, she was doing it to her kid, or your spouse or whatever, right? So you would put your thumbs like on their forehead, and then you would put your Spock ears around your Spock fingers around their ears. I can't remember how you do this to yourself. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're going to put our thumbs in this indentation right below your ears, okay, right there. And we're just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna see if I can do that. I will put a finger right above my ear and then my hands up here. We're just gonna hold it for a minute. Take a couple deep breaths. Peekaboo. All right, so if you do this, drop me a comment so I know you did. Brianna is an amazing resource. Okay, she also recommends this book, which I do as well. It's called Donna Eden Energy Medicine. I bought it off of Amazon. You can get one. There's one specifically for women, but this is the one I use, and it has so many things. I've got notes all in it. I use this on the reg. This is an awesome resource to add into your library. All right, guys. So it's a new month, fresh intention. What happened last month no longer matters. This is part of your stories. It's a new chapter, right? You turn the page. You're the author of your story. So how do you want to show up this July? Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't feel like you need to be so much farther along that you feel behind. That's where I was at today. I feel behind. I feel like I can never get caught up, and that's why I got so angry last night. And this morning, I was doing my personal development, and I'm actually reading a money book, and they're talking about lack. And I was like, you know what? I have total lack around time. Not having enough time, not having time to myself, not having time to get the things done. It's the same difference. Like a lack mindset is a lack mindset. And so instead of focusing on all the things we have to do and all the ways that we're not enough or getting there fast enough, instead, I want you to celebrate your wins. I want you to prioritize what actually matters, because as wives and moms and women and people that do all the things, like we cannot get everything done. It is physically impossible. And I don't know where we got Kool-Aid thinking that we have to like check all the boxes every single day in order to win at our journeys. There is no such thing as living in true balance. Like even when we're walking, we are off kilter. We are off balance. One leg carries more. In your relationships, it's never balanced. We know this. Marriage is a choice, right? And in your relationships, sometimes one partner will have more of the load than the other. That is just how life works. It is part of the ebb and the flow. And so I think that a lot of us, I know myself included, have bought into this lie that we have to do all the things and we have to win in all the areas in order to get momentum. And that's not accurate. So instead, I want you to come up with your handful of things that you need to do, that you need to touch every single day in order to win at your journey. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to work out and get the whole thing done. I would love for you to work out and get the whole thing done. That's always my goal. But when you're new or you're feeling super overwhelmed and behind, I don't want you to get even more overwhelmed and behind thinking it has to be this idea of perfection and getting all the things done. So if that means you do 5 minutes of your workout today and you have to walk away from the rest, I want you to still celebrate the fact that you showed up, that you touched it, that you got that 5 minutes of win. And know that every single day you make those deposits in your journey and you start to celebrate the ways you are showing up. That's how you get momentum, and that's how it kind of just transforms so many different areas of your life. So today I woke up crabby. Like I'm behind. I'm so behind on my Facebook Messenger. Like I don't even know. And it's just eating at me. But I also know that I'm procrastinating and I'm not actually taking the action. So if that's your story, if you have something that you keep saying, I've got to do this, I need to get my stuff together, I feel so bad, I feel so behind, but you're procrastinating it, well, grab my arm. Let's link arms. Let's do it today, because you know that we're spending the same amount of mental energy thinking about it, shooting all over the place, feeling really bad, instead of just taking the freaking action and getting the win. It never needs to be perfect. It just needs to be yours. Okay? So, do you have a lack mindset? And what is your lack mindset around? Is it around your transformation? Is it around money? Is it around relationships? Is it around sleep? Is it around time? I'm not asking you to lie to yourself, but I'm asking you to gut check. And if it's not serving you, if it's not making you feel excited and better, then why are we adding more fuel to that fire? Okay? We cannot get it all done. So what actually matters today? What do you need to do today to win at your life? Do you need to be a more present mom? Do you need to be more engaged with your spouse? Do you need to go to bed a little bit earlier? Do you need to take 20 minutes and lay down and read for fun? Do you need to sit down and write out what your vision is so that you feel excited? Do you need to put together a stack of books for your morning routine because maybe, like me, you're waking up feeling tired and crabby and annoyed and like overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, here we go, another day on freaking repeat. If that's how you're starting your day, I want you to start a morning routine. It doesn't need to look like mine. I've been a work in progress for years. I've been cultivating my morning routine for years. So you never ever need to take your chapter 1 and compare it to my chapter 50 and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. You're exactly where you need to be, as long as you're working on yourself. Okay? So my morning routine, I share it. I got a tail happening. I share it in my stories every day. I have some affirmation cards, nothing fancy. I have this book that I got off of Amazon, A Year of Positive Thinking. I like it. It's just like a little couple sentences. Today's July 1st. Let's read it. Live your own truth. Live your own wild truth in whatever way serves you. Be a rebel. With every breath in your body, remind yourself that you can do all the things you've ever been told that you couldn't. You're an adult, and you get to decide what to do and how to do it. Go, do, and rise, it says, right? It's true, okay? You don't have to do all the things, but what matters? So I read this. I have a gratitude journal every single day. I forced myself, today took me a minute, to write down all the things I'm grateful for. All the things I'm grateful for. I just bullet all the things. Toilet paper, flushing toilets, hot coffee when I'm drinking it. But today it was tea. Fun mugs, my cats, a good library book, the fact that my laundry is put away. If my laundry is still there, I would choose to be grateful for the fact that I have clearly an abundance of too many things and a machine that can wash them. Okay, so I forced myself to fill out a whole page, and then I have you don't need to do all this today, okay? I'm just giving you some ideas. If your morning is starting rocky, it's time to get clear. It's time to edit and layer some things in. And then I have like my vision. This is my goals for this year. I have some affirmation, some clarity statements. We'll talk about this later this month. But it's kind of like affirmations, but they're true. Okay, because sometimes affirmations can be like, I feel amazing in my skin, and you're like, that's not true. We'll talk about this more later, okay? And then, like I've talked about before, my vision isn't like, all these paragraphs. It's literally these topics: my job, my finances, my home, my relationships, my body and health, and then my free time. And good morning, girls. And then I will literally write down just words, ideas, what I want those things to look like, what I want my home to feel like. I want big closets. I will not lie. So I just write down all the things. And I read that every morning, okay? So I read my vision. What I want for my life. Sometimes I have to cross things out because it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel good. And so I cross that shit out, okay? Then I have my goals for this year and kind of my affirmation statements, which we're going to talk about on another day. So once I read this, I pick my gratitude journal back up. And on this page, I write down like 3 ways that my vision is showing up today. These are my wins, my book of truth. And so I think a lot of us get discouraged and we think it's taking too long. But if you look at that vision every day and you're like, how is it showing up now? How is it here now? Instead of me having to wait, how are you winning? Write it down, okay? So I do that. I have a devotional that I really like. I'm reading New Morning Mercies by Pastor Paul David Tripp. I really like it because it's easy, it's short and sweet, okay? And then I'm reading personal development right now. I'm currently reading The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. And I am reading You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero, which is actually a really fun read. It's kind of ridiculous. So that's my morning routine. Some days I don't get it all done. Some days I have 5 minutes. Some days I have 25 or 30. It doesn't need to take you a ton of time, okay? You're literally just touching these different areas. If you read 2 pages of your book or listen to a couple minutes, that's a win, you guys. Stop making it too big, too complicated, and then you don't even take action and you feel bad about it. I want you to take action. If it's just you literally touching it, like 5 minutes of a workout, I'm going to look at my book, I'm going to write my gratitude, that's a win. That is a win, and that is how you get momentum, okay? The other part of it is a morning routine, is my daily energy practice, which we've been going live in here pretty consistently for the last couple of months, which I think some of you really like. So make it yours. If you need this to be your evening routine right before bed, because like I said, what you go to sleep thinking about is what you will wake up thinking and feeling. That works too, right? This is this is you figuring out your secret sauce. And there's lots of times where I go through my stack, I haven't finished a book, I'm like, this isn't speaking to me, it goes back on my shelf. There's zero shame, there's zero guilt, there's zero, I need to finish it. No, that's not what this is. This is not checklists of things you need to get through. This is you putting on your oxygen mask and how can I serve myself? How can I front load me so that I can be a better mom and wife and human today, right? Right. All right. Happy July 1st. I believe in you. I am so excited to hear what you're going to commit to this month, what you need to focus on, and then how will you take action? I want you to plug into this group. I'm going to revamp it. That's one of the things I'm going to work on, kind of share what I hope you do as you plug into this space, because sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know. What do I do? Do I just show up? Like, what's, oh. I want you to get momentum. I want you to win at your journey. And so that's something I'm going to work on over the next few days. This is kind of like adding maybe a new unit, explaining some things to help you get momentum and make this yours, because it's not cookie cutter. It's not one size fits all. That's why I don't run groups where we're all doing the same program. This is something that I want you to kind of fold into your life so that you feel like a winner and you're getting traction and momentum and you could feel proud at the end of the day. It's not about the number. It's not about the size. It's not about how fast you get to point A and point B. It is about you living your life, being the author of your story, right? Right. Okay. Later today, I'm going to drop all the stuff, family fun calendar, podcast calendar, I might even do a fresh menu today. What is today? It's Wednesday? I don't know. So anyways, keep your eyes peeled for that. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, just know that I believe in you. Show up today, friends.